homies. It's your boy. You know what? I didn't even have any crackers. I'm gonna skip the crackers. Just have my soup. Mm. How you doing? Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're from. Mm. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. In my tummy. Let me go take my cups and my dishes to the kitchen where they belong, yo. It's okay. I know I fell, but I'm okay. I fell onto the couch where I was sitting. It's quite okay. Oh, let's go. You want another bowl of soup, babe? Cup of soup? I got you. What? Say again? Did you read about it? I do. I will just get one today anyway, now that we know. Great. Because actually, days just get better, you know. And it seems that the hash man gets even smarter day by day. I mean, could it be YouTube? Or is it the people I come across on various platforms around the world? Which is YouTube is one of them, absolutely. Well, homies, do you want soup? You said yeah, eh? Babe? Oh, you were done on soup, okay. I misinterpreted the yeah. Alright, life's fed, protein shake, vitamin, hydrated, eating healthy. I've done the exact same. Now let's go. Let's go, baby. You already know what time it is. Pressing Matters begins right now. Can you even see me? Pressing Matters starts right now. Boom. Got all this awesome. Okay, always interesting to see what's really going on. So we have this, we have to put this away today. Sounds like Larry Moe and Curly farted a little bit, eh? Look at this satchel of fire, bro. Bro, it ain't even Christmas, but I'm telling you, it smells like it. So much to go through, but we're getting there. And to be honest, it's really, we've moved mountains. So saying that is one thing, and then completing it was another. So keep that in mind as we work through the day. To you hear the words I finished up, I'm lying. But at the same time, I'm sort of really in a good place here. We're doing it. But finished up is definitely not a thing that can happen today. Now, if I had one of my buddies, I have a buddy from way back. You know, he gets me. No, he knows how it goes. He could give me a hand. That would be, you know, monumental in making moves. But to be honest with you, I was always the one that did the majority of not in a bad way, he's a genius, but I did the majority of the thinking when it came to this, what's my name? You ever forget. That's it. It's on. What's my name? And he entrusted me absolutely 1,000% to with solid gold, bro. Solid gold every time. And every time was a solid success. So just never forget that, eh? I come from a land down under. And it is awesome. So we've ended up finding what I was looking for. Clean the couch. We'll be doing sleep streams today. I don't think you guys really truly understand what that means. It's going to be epic. Thousands upon thousands of viewers today. All over the world. New and improved sleep stream show with new guests, new special appearances by people that can pop on while I'm sleeping, say hey, cover the chat for a bit, and then I'm doing my thing, snoring away. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to watch my security cameras while I sleep on stream, get a hold of me on Discord. You get opportunities to be a boss on this channel, and we're going to work together to make it happen, all right? Nobody is above anybody else. I'll always help anybody that needs a hand as long as you are there for me, monumental, instrumental in assisting me in my lyrical ventures. Okay? For some reason, you got to try some of this. You know, this is ancient. This stuff is red. It's red. No, it's not one of these. This is one of these summer collectors here. I won't be able to. It is turning straight into glass. So basically, yeah, that's not what I wanted. I mean, I'm sure it's flames, but I can't access it right now. It's chilly. I have it on a chilly, cold plate right now. So let's see what else we got here. Is this a greaser or what? If anything's in here, though, I think we'll just keep it for. I'm not even sure exactly what for. This one. Same concept though, I can tell it's just going to fling off and fly every direction. I'm not even going to bother with these. It's gotta be hot off the presses or it just. This stuff crystallizes so fast. I honestly don't understand it, but what I have understood is that it's high test. It has to be that. So pretty sweet, pretty nice. Not sure if that's the case, but it's what I think it is. I haven't ever really checked for a long time now to see what it's at, because I don't care. I know what's what. I can basically tell you from sniffing it what it's at. You know, there's things about it, right? What is this? Oh, nothing. Just some absolute flames. What are these then? More flames and absolutely more flames. So, what do you do when you're just got all this flames? I think you go for something in here. Want to get it early. I want to keep all this for the next couple. This one I should be into, but we'll save it as well. And then this. There. Now we got this, that. What's this one? This one's exciting, but also, wow. That goes down here. Alright, so then we got these left, so the couch is clean now. Couch is all cleaned off. The other couch was cleaned off days ago. Found a new cell phone, which was underneath all of that. Finished off 2 rolls over there. Put those over there for recyclings. Found my tablet. Alright, so we got all this. We are going to use some of this one. not this one, but we will be. Can't wait. 80, 125, 100, 225, about 100, 285 filter bags there. Oh, I need this. I need at least a couple right here. A couple is 2 or 3. We're gonna go with 2. I'm not into. I got 3 is just. I'm not even bothering, man. This is time consuming. Plus, then I just can't stop staring at it, sniffing it, checking them out. So 2 is going to take me a while to scope out and learn about, which I want to. I have so many other things we got to get going here. I wrote some stuff down. It's not important. Now, I wrote some stuff down, and this is absolutely what we're up to. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. We have our format, as I like to call it, and that will be, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? So now I'll put this here. Use that again. This, wow. Pretty sure we're gonna find some beaners. Just sit here, but you never know. Maybe we won't. Sure, would be nice to find some beaners, but I don't even see one. Definitely gonna have to use a vacuum right here. What would you expect? Lobster? Bro. We got some serious right here. Come on. Scroll up. There. Like so. So, didn't even use a vacuum. Just think if it was gold, how would you pick it up, right? Come on. People be just, oh, I didn't have this tool, I didn't have this tool. Man, if you ever hear me saying I didn't have the proper tools, I don't think you've ever heard me say that before. Use what you have on hand to get it done. And if it's some structural integrity thing, yeah, you're going to need the proper stuff, bud. But if you're not working with something that's like super highly, very super safety important, you probably do it with your hands, bro. Don't be one of them peeps in Michigan spouting, I didn't have the proper tools to do it, bro. I didn't have the proper tools to chop the tomatoes, so I didn't do it. But you let a woman do it with the same, like with the tools that she's using. Like I was watching this guy on 30 Day Fiance or something. I don't call it fiance, I call it financier. I can't even wait. I'm going to be doing shows. You know how PewDiePie kind of made it famous talking about people on Dr. Phil? Well, I'm doing 90 Day Financier. Like, I'm sorry, I misunderstood the name of the show, but I thought it was actually called Financier. Because there's always one person who is dead ass broke and one who is got cash. And on that show. So I call it 90 Day Financier. Okay? Now remember, I am the king of comedy. Anyone dares to compare, listen, Dave Chappelle, he's the boss, okay? But the other guy passed on into energy, the guy that played Thomas the Train. I have a heart. Carl. Man. Hang on, I gotta Google his name because it pisses me off. I can't remember. Oh, not Carl Sagan. Who played the voice of Thomas the Train? Oh, I just about said his name. Oh, it's bothering me. Who is the voice of Thomas the Train? No. This something's wrong here. The conductor. Okay, listen. I watched. Who? Oh, who was the conductor on Thomas the Train? Maybe I don't have the right show. No, here he is. This is this guy. Maybe I'm wrong. No, George Carlin, played by George Carlin. So his name isn't even whatever I said it was. George Carlin. Okay, he's the funniest man alive. Um, Eddie Murphy, funniest man alive. Dave Chappelle, funniest man alive. And that's really quite about. Chris Farley was pretty funny, I gotta say. Jim Carrey, pretty funny dude, man. The Wayans brothers, hilarious. The Wayans brothers. You want to know why lots of these comedians never really truly made it to the $20 or $30 million acting roles that some of the white comedians did? Well, it's because of what I just said there at the end. So the Wayans brothers did In Living Color, which in the 90s, that's part of who I am. I'm in living color. And then there was Dave Chappelle, always good for a bunch of laughs. Eddie Murphy, he was before my time, but as I grew into him, like as time went on, I realized his comedic genius was everything that other people who were older than me had said it was. It was never truly my full belly laugh, but he is a hilarious dude, and he also didn't have much to play off of. He was the first of his kind, right? Eddie Murphy was the first, if you really think about it. So the Wayans brothers are probably a little bit after Eddie Murphy. I'm guessing. I'm probably right on this. And Eddie Murphy was 80s, 85, Beverly Hills Cop. Golden Child, if that's not the name of the movie, sorry, but he played in that movie. I'm pretty sure, or I'm getting confused, that could be. But I did enjoy these movies. Uh, Whoopi Goldberg, I thought she was funny, but when she went to that talk show, I lost all respect for Whoopi Goldberg. All respect. Never again. Whoopi Goldberg is, to me, a sellout. It's just the way I see it. You don't have to agree with me, but that's the way I see it. Wesley Snipes wasn't a comedian, but at the time, Wesley Snipes is an absolute boss. Wesley Snipes, are you okay? Wesley Snipes was an absolute boss, and loved watching all his movies. Denzel Washington, absolute boss. But if you look at all the Academy Awards, all of them, in the 90s and the 80s, very few black men and women ever won awards. You had Sidney Poitier, who was, apparently he carried himself well. He was a very good actor. He's also one of my favorites, Sidney Poitier. Me and my mom used to watch my mom loved Sidney Poitier, and we watched all of his movies. And she was always like, oh, he's amazing. Amazing actor. And I think she liked him too. Like she kind of, people are allowed to have a crush on somebody, which is a thing. Like, it's not a big deal either for somebody to have a crush on somebody else. We look at the world so wrong. We live our daily lives so backwards, and it all stems from our upbringing that was, ingrained in our ancestors through archaic means. Very, very, very archaic ways of thinking and living were you had fear governed you more and more a long time ago. I can give you stories, in fact, true stories of First Nations people being taken away from their parents and families and put into what can only be referred to as a concentration camp style of life, and it was done to people here in Canada. And the First Nations people, I should be specific. And if you questioned it, the police came and they arrested the parents. If the parents fought or tried to keep their child, the parents were arrested. So our families had iron fists upon them, upon their very I just don't understand how it ever got to this place unless we were all numb and very, 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 very dumb, naive in the beginning. And that control was a way of, they used movies and television to teach people about the way it was back then. Well, you know that the creator of that movie had an ulterior motive, an agenda, hidden agenda. The way they showed you that movie, the way the movie was portrayed, the lifestyle of the people in that movie was only what they wanted you to think. It's not what happened or what actually should be. It's not a proper way of life. And this has taken decades, if not centuries, to turn us into these mindless zombies who walk from 9 to 5 and then go to bed at 10 or 11. So remember that you watching some of the most, I can't say the names, I'm not going to say, but back in the day on Sunday at 5 or 6 p.m., we all sat down and watched Mickey Mouse. Well, that company happens to be the ones who create all of the educational material for the world. But you didn't look that up, did you? You never looked it up. So neither did your parents, right? And this is what I mean. So very few people understand the way this world has been created for you to live in. One time I was asked, no, I can't. I'm being told by a buddy over there not to tell you about that time. So I'll have to skip that story. There is a lot of things that one must figure out on one's own, And the reason that is so that I can stay here, right? If I unveil all the secrets in one episode, they kind of do that thing. They Russell Brand you, they Joe Rogan you overnight, right? So all I want is for peace and love for everyone on this ethereal plane of existence. So how can someone do me wrong for wanting that? I love everybody equally, no matter where you live in the world. I'm not going to sit there and help or aid evil, but I'm not going to sit there and hate on evil. I don't forgive evil, but I will choose to let evil be, because we only replicate. Going to war just replicates what evil has continued or has started. And by going to war, you're going to continue the evil. But when we all lay down our arms, all lay down our weapons at the very same time. Number one, I don't have any weapons. Number one, I'm not that type of guy. I use my fists if I'm in trouble, and that's good enough. You know, I don't have a problem in my life, right? Evil must have bodyguards with guns, tanks, missiles, watching them, guarding them while they sleep every night. Bunkers, $1 billion mansions, and underneath the mansion is a bunker. These are low-life scum suckers that have these type of abodes. These are the ones that do the most harm on this plane of existence. Trim, 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 baby. Let's go. Jah Rastafari. All right. That is probably. I should keep going. Jeez. These big colas ain't gonna trim themselves, you know. Oh, these are bone dry colas. These aren't wet colas that people are like, oh, the size of my cola, leaves all over it. No, these are monster colas with some beauty leaves on them. Was. This one's done. Yes, yes, y'all. You can really see the beauty in it when it's all trimmed nice. But to be honest with you, I like seeing it with the leaves drooped and cascading, all kind of stuck together. You can really tell some fire from some stuff that isn't fire just by the way the leaves are stuck to it, you know? All just graying into each other, just caked. It's a beautiful thing. And the terps, though, bro, the terps, something that really gets me. Let's sniff this. could just sniff this one all day. It's gassy, but it's light on the gas, so it doesn't like hurt the nose after a good 5-6 sniffs deep. But it's got this scent from back in the day. I remember when we used to trim at Buddy's. Oh, identical. I can't place the name though. It's been so many years, decades, 25 years, bro. Min. But at least 25 years. Not since I sniffed this, probably at least a couple of years. Definitely didn't sniff it last year. Definitely didn't have nothing like this last year. Been a few seasons for sure since I've seen this one. Or something that sniffed like this. I don't think I ever saunted something that looked like this, except for, and she said a beaner. Oh, a beaner. No. What is it? It's so sticky. It's not the right one though. There's more in here, don't worry. Just one. Look at that. This bud's huge. Whew. We'll put that over there for now. Keep trimming. All right. Here we go. Here we go. A monster beaner, and you already know. Oh, this is a different nug, but same variety, same plant and everything. Just here she is. Big old beaner. Goes straight into the bin. There she goes. Let's check this one further. Oh, it's secondary. Come on, 3. Come on, thrice me. Thrice me? Question mark? A 2 for a dirty old 2 for. Hey, this stuff reeks. We're super happy about this. Let's check the shade on this one. Size, color, markings. It's unique. It's a unique type. Interesting. A very, very mahogany brown. It's like very cool and almost a slight red brown too, but not quite red. But yeah, it was in there. You could tell some bit of it remained in there. And no spots, hardly any. Not even really any. So, yeah. And the size and shape, again. Most people don't even have a clue, eh? But well, you wouldn't, because you don't have enough to base your judgments off. And if you are judging, you shouldn't be. You don't have enough to go on. If you buy clones, you shouldn't be judging nothing, right? If every grow is from clone, quit now, bud. Because what you gonna do when the lights go out and you got no neighbors with clones, bud? There ain't no clone banks for you to buy from, bud. Don't start making me laugh. I'm trying to give you guys an honest assessment of a situation I've noticed has been happening for at least 6 years since I've been here. People can't grow beans. Again, you know what made me laugh? We found a beaner of the purple. Just a single though. Hey, we're gonna take that. Oh, reeks like spicy swamp water or something, you know? Man, that stuff is just dirty, bro. No, it's like a bad burger. Tastes like a bad veggie burger. It smells like a bad veggie burger. You know, like somebody that doesn't know how to cook made you a veggie burger. Like, oh, you gotta try my veggie burger. And you're like, huh? I've had some really good ones though from people that just became vegan or just went vegan. I had lots that are tasty, but man, just smells like a bad bunch of rancid vegetables. I don't know. With some skunk on the end of it, some mahogany wood and some spices. Like I love the smell, but at the same time it's putrid. So it's definitely a new smell too. It's not a smell I'm very proud of. I'm not like, yeah, I made this one. Oh, it smells putrid and horrible. Horrible. It reeks so bad. Like I gotta smell this purple dank here to get that stink out of my nose. This one's amazing. Ah, this one smells like the old day, but somebody sprinkled candy and sugar all over the old days. It's like somebody dipped the 90s in some 90s hash and some sweet, sweet sugar, you know? Some les bonbons. En français, c'est candy, huh? Oh, man, we're going to definitely get this in the How You Doing mobile. So, take that, put these here, get this. Oh. Like so, baby. You are live on the Hash Info vlog documentary of the year. We're taking a couple months off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those goofs that goes on vacation for. Oh, I gotta go on vacation. Work is just getting to me. Like, trust me, it got to me, but I can't go on vacation. I'm trying to take over the world here. Once I take over the world, I'm going to free the world. I'm just going to give the world key to everybody. Everybody's free at once. Once I take over the world, I'm going to free everyone. That's next second. But first, I have to rule it for one whole second. Mine! And then it's everybody's. You know what I'm saying? And it will be written. Hashman owned the world for 1 second and then gave it to you all. I'm not giving it to you. I'm sharing it with you. You can all share the world with me, right? Equally. No passes, no invisible borders, no flags of separation. Think what you want, but keep it to yourself. If you ever start spouting that your God is the greatest, you'll go straight to jail. You get some weird, goofy trolls out there spouting, anything to do with religion, and your God is the supreme, you're a loser, bro. Loser. That's not what it's about. It's about reading the book and then living by the morals within, if you want to go that route. It's not about yelling at people and saying your God's better. That is a loser move, bro. A loser move. And then a bigger loser move is to push your God, the person in your head, in your small pea brain that you've thought is the greatest, you push your mentality onto another. That's a bigger loser move. Remember that. Some of you might have joined churches because you're lonely. You have no friends. Some of your churches could be corrupt and creepy, but you call those people friends, right? Some of those churches, I'm sure, are very good people. Some of them, absolutely. We've noticed the courts have found priests guilty of touching children here in Canada. So Don't think that everything you know is all holy and almighty, okay? The devil walks among us, and it's important for you to understand that. Do you want to be a good person, or do you want to be a person that begs other people to join their cult? Do you want to be a good person, or do you want to be a person that goes door to door begging other people to join their cult? So you could choose to be a good person, be religious, and every day you wake up and go feed the homeless, because that would be something your God would want you to do. But instead you go door to door for your church, trying to see if your church can raise another 10% off each person that comes through the church next weekend. You see what I just said there? Remember that. Why is it the preacher or the priest has the biggest car and the fanciest house out of all of you, but says he's given his life to God, but he carries around the most greed-driven, symbols? He carries around a BMW, a gold chain, and a diamond ring he does not need. So remember these things. The best and the brightest are the ones that are selfless and give everything they have to those with nothing. And that isn't a person of God, that is a good man. Remember that. Big difference. Big difference. Rastafari. And again, I got no ill will. I know people. And I've seen, the cult-like mindset that they possess. It's creepy. I cannot hang around with them. I do not wish to associate or be told about your daily life the same way I don't preach my daily life when I'm in your presence, and my daily life consists of being a lot better man than any of them, because they all cower when someone is being hurt, abused. Most men of cloth will turn and run, while a Viking will intervene, help the weak, less fortunate. Never forget this, for this is the way. So many of you are, you're like I said, I'll give you a straight up tell you, most people that go to churches lead very lonely lives when they take their church life out of their life. And this has been, they know this. They know that, you think everybody likes you just because they like you, but are you getting a super chat from them? Are you getting a mail time from them? Are you donating 10% of your income every Sunday to the church? You get an extra smile, bro. You get 4 extra smiles. A couple handshakes. You get invited to the Sunday picnic every October 31st. Don't forget this thing. This is called manipulation. And every single person on the face of the earth, from the time you're born, you start manipulating your parents as a baby, crying when you may not need to cry. But did you know some people still possess that very same thing, that manipulative tool of fear or ouchie? Did you know there's a thing? But do you know when that fails you? You want to know if you failed in life? Is if you still cry over pain. I'll tell you why. Do you think a devil, a person who is filled with evil, a vessel, walking down the street who is enraged and angered for whatever reason, that day or that week, you come across them and you say, oh, hey, how are you doing? And they punch you. And they keep punching you. Now, do you think they're going to stop if you start going, ow, ow, ow? Do you have any inkling of what you should do? So remember that the weakest are the first to disappear. The weakest are the first to disappear. Look around you. Do you see a lot of cultures in the world that have stories of how they cowered in fear and cried to divert the enemy's attacks? Or do you know of stories of bravery, of men who were outnumbered 10 or 100 to 1, who fought in caves and hallways and narrow spaces to even the odds, when the odds were drastically against them? And the odd time you hear, damn, these dudes won. These dudes fended off an army. These stories are real. But these are true men with bravery, and women who are brave souls. Not ones who cower and run. Freedom isn't given to you. Freedom is earned. Freedom is something you have to earn. And if you live in Winnipeg, you would know damn well what I'm talking about. Because one of the only ways to stay free against the evils that definitely lurk the nights, if you want to walk around at night, you got to be tough. You got to carry your back. It has to be made of steel, a brick wall you are when you walk. Fear nothing. You must. If you have fear in your mind, you have already lost the battle. If you have fear in your mind, you have already lost. I'll ask you this. Do you ever question whether or not you should do something? And what motivates you to do it? The lack of fear or an abundance of fear that's overwhelming you, saying, no, don't do it because of this. You stay home. Don't let fear rule you or control you, ever. Fear is something made up in your mind. Think about it. I literally explained it. Fear is something you create in your own mind. What does it take? What does it take to dispel fear? Yourself. Your mindset has to change. Sometimes it's just hearing a good man's words. They know how scared the majority of you are. They know, okay? This is how they can tell a lie and no one stands up to correct them. And I'm telling you, literally the other day, Trudeau said on stage, he's like, 80% of Canadians are vaccinated. That's a lie. That is a lie. But how can he get away with saying that? A person who has the actual facts and continues to lie to us, to our faces, in Parliament while he is paid by us, is sickening. It's sickening. But they are the ones that decide the news. They are the ones that tell Trudeau what to say. Okay? You have to understand this. I love you all so much. So very much. I can't even imagine, to think that some people have... I can't even imagine fear. I can't. I'm trying to figure out how to explain. I couldn't imagine to be in your head and be as fearful as most of you are. I don't understand how you let it get to that point. Do you not work out? Do you not exercise every day? Are you a man? And you don't work out and exercise every day, you're not a man. Tell you straight up. If you ain't doing squats, push-ups, sit-ups, you ain't a man. If you ain't walking 10K, 20K minimum 2 to 3 times a week, you ain't a man. Never forget these words. Men are made. They're not like overnight specials you can order on Amazon and instantly you become a man. You become a man over 30 years of hard work. 40 years of excellence. Nothing less. Nothing less. A lot of people think they're very tough, and you, in a second, you would be cowering at the power I possess. So trust me when I say you're not a man yet, unless you've done half of what I've done. I don't expect you to be identical or even remotely close to me. I'm by far the exception to the rule. I used to go play badminton I can't even remember. It was so often, it's crazy. Three times a week from 6 to midnight. Badminton. The only break I took was to take a leak or to chug a liter of water. Maybe have a granola bar. That was it. I walked there and walked home. This was when I was 13, 14, 15. Probably starting when I was 12. So 1992 to probably 96 or end of 97, I went often. And then I went, once or twice a week to badminton as a 17, 18, 19, and 20-year-old, something like that. But played volleyball, basketball, badminton, floor hockey, soccer, every single day. We played soccer. Football, we played all the time. I played tennis, I golfed, I swam. I had a swimming pool right beside me, like a big one. Um, a bunch of things I did every day. I went swimming every day for 4 hours a day, like 16 years. And then in the summertime, I had a cottage. I swam every single day for 3.5, 4 months, every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day. And I mean, I'd swim to like other places, like other spots, I wasn't sitting in one spot. And I had a snorkel and flippers and went underwater and did a bunch of stuff. But I was like 8, 9, 10 when I had like the second from the highest. I didn't have my life saving, but I got my I don't remember what the color was, but I was super proud. Green or some color that's high up in swimming. I had that when I was 11 or 12. I was only like 4 people in an area that had this, and 2 of them were lifeguards, and they were 2 or 3 years older than me. But yeah, like, I don't mess about. Everything I ever tried or wanted to do and be, I'm the best at. So UFC came out in, I don't know, 1990, 1991 or 92. The day it came out, that night, it was like Friday at 12:30 in the morning. I was 13 or something like that. We were watching, maybe 14. We were watching the Russian Bear, Taktarov, the Russian Bear, and he was fighting like Dan Severn, the Beast Dan Severn, or somebody like that. Back then, Ken Shamrock, the Beast, and the Bear, Russian Bear, Taktarov, there wasn't a lot of UFCers. Hoist Gracie obviously was the greatest, and he was the world champion or whatever he was a UFC champion, 1 or 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly how it went. Ken Shamrock, didn't he win or something like that? But anyway, My favorite UFCer is GSP. But I did love, obviously, I love Hoist Gracie. I move like Hoist Gracie. I don't like to talk about who who I'm like. I don't want you understanding style in the slightest. But I could wrap you up and tie you up in a heartbeat. You don't have a clue what's going on. I'll just tell you that straight up. Jiu-jitsu master. I mean, I don't even know what jiu-jitsu is really, but I'm telling you, I'll probably take a few masters out. And is there an art? Oh yeah. It's chess. It's a physical game of chess. And if you can read somebody's next moves, within 30 seconds you can have them tapping, sleeping, screaming. Whatever you want to do. Really, it's that easy. But yeah, it's a world. UFC is a world that I love, and I don't know what it is. I think it's the chess match. It's the strategy. There is camaraderie. I don't want to hurt anybody, but I would love to tap every single man on the face of the earth. I'd love to tap you out, every one of you, no problem. Not to be mean, but just if you want to UFC, if you want to come at me, I would love to tap you. I would love, and I mean if you got some evil in you, I'll do far worse than just tap you. I'll pretzel you for hours. I'll pretzel you. You'll never sleep good again. But if you just want to play around and wrestle, I'm your guy. Like for days, I'll go easy on you too. I'll teach you, right? I'll teach you how to defend yourself, how to win. There's a big difference between a bully and a master. If you come into my dojo being a bully, you're going to leave on a stretcher. Those are facts. If you come in with your sunglasses on like Corey Hart and you ain't Corey Hart, you're leaving on a stretcher, bro. People with big yips, I never liked. Well, we finished up. I gotta say, this was awesome. I love doing these episodes, you get a little documentary behind the scenes, what's really going on, hey? Or not. This could all be a comedy act and a skit, and later on this week I'll tell you it was a motivational skit for an upcoming commercial. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can say and do whatever they want. You don't know, right? Like, and I'm just telling you straight up, like, this could be a total fiction, right? Everything on this channel could be fiction, but it isn't. It's all mostly fiction with a touch of reality here and there. But see, that's your, when you write a book, if you don't want to get Joe Rogan or Russell Brand, you have to say it's fiction. You understand? You can't like write on the book, this is the way it is, this is what they're really up to. You're never gonna get, your book will never get read. But if you do a bunch of fiction in between, come up with a bunch of stupid ideas in the middle, they start looking at your show going, this guy's just as dumb as the rest of them. But that's their mistake, right? Is trying to control what they shouldn't be, right? Trying to thwart good. You shall not. Well, as they say, you say that they say in the movies. You see what I did there? They want you to say what they saw you see in the movies. Do you get it? They want you to replicate what you saw in the movies that they were doing. They want you to live like that. They're like, oh yeah, this is the way it was. We don't have any actual books or factual, there's no actual real documentaries, but we made a movie at Sony. Hey? Sony made a movie. Hey? Oh. There is it's a documentary about Operation High Jump, but it's filmed on the silver screen. Holy crap, when you watch this, you really do feel really gullible really fast, realizing how low IQ our ancestors had. And it's that they came first, right? Who do you think is the smartest in the world? The person who lived first, or the person who got to learn from the people that lived, for hundreds of thousands of years, and collected it and researched and dabbled in their data that they saved and they ventured on? Do you think a cure is found in 1 year or 100 years, or is it found in 100,000 years, right? So you got to remember that every single day you live, the way that you live is designed by the way they wanted you to think. And if it wasn't you, it was your ancestors. Then your parents taught you how to think. And this perfect world you think you live in, it's a creation of the last, since just over 100 years. You don't have to take my word for it. What you can do is go and learn about what came before 1850, 1820. Go find pictures and videos of what came before. Oh, you think that stuff didn't exist? You really? Did you know that there was electricity in the pyramids? But they're really, really, most people on Earth now know that the pyramids had electricity. Did you know that I learned in 1991 or 92? I did a project on a potato. But during my research, which is not that, I didn't have the internet back then in 1993. I was 13 in grade 4. I had a comic, or whatever I was, fucking 11 or 12 or whatever I was. I didn't fail or anything. Who cares? Just move on. I was 12 or something, grade 4. I did a project on batteries. And I did a project on a potato, that a potato could turn on a light bulb. And I'm like, this is crazy. You can't do that. And I figured out, I learned, so I figured out that you can actually use acids to create electricity. So we, thinking we're all super, really smart, all the children that have lived, for 1,999 years don't know this, right? But the children of 2,400 years ago could make their own lights. So you see, not only is there a disconnect, there's a stupid connect, right? We have connected with stupid rather than with smarts. So they have incredibly dumbed us down. Look it up. And then realize that you are not at full potential, and push and persevere until you can learn and be at a lot more potential than you have right now. That is what I did. This is where I have come from. I taught myself that there is far more than meets the eye. Transformers, baby. There is far more than what meets your eye. Meaning, you have to search to find something that they're not going to throw in your face to learn. You have to search. Luckily for you, you have me, which I don't know how that, what... Is that the point we're at, where they're now allowing others who have realized there is far more than meets the eye? I'm allowed to teach you? I can't see why not. Unless there is no good left on this earth, then I will not be allowed to teach you. Do you understand? So I do believe that there is still good here. Heavily battling evil. The good that is here is very occupied. Very occupied. Are we losing? I don't know. You know, I think evil has always had a big stranglehold on good people. I believe this. I don't know when the world would have been better. They say there was a king, a good king, who owned the world. Do you guys know this? Do you know one of the currencies the world ran off before gold was salt? Did you know that? Do you know another one was seashells? Did you know that? Seashells. So, and I did projects on this in grade 4 and 5. Currency. I ran projects on electricity and the monetary system in grade 4 and grade 5. Those things mattered to me. We got to pick our own projects. Tell me I'm not different. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. I'm going to cap it here. I'm going to come back with another one. I'm going to do 5 minutes of, peaceful, silent solidarity here for all the brave men and women who have lived before and stood up against tyranny. Sometimes I put on a tune, but I guess not today. Man, if you're a dude out there and you're wearing earmuffs, please stop right now. I just saw a dude wearing earmuffs. The same ones my wife has. Oh man. What is happening? Bro. Don't let me see a dude wearing earmuffs again. Piss me right off. Holy crow. Dude, I don't put a toque on unless it's minus 60. Like, I mean, I wear a toque in summer, but it's not because it's cold. It's because of how hot it is.